Hey guys, so I'm really excited about this video. This is going to be a video that I share my 5 biggest early on reselling mistakes, and it took a lot of thinking and how to kind of where they were, things like that. So it's hard for me to do self reflection, and I'm sure it's hard for a lot of other people too as well. But so I thought about it, and these are my 5 top newbie reselling mistakes. So the first mistake is oversourcing. I feel like when you first start reselling, you are out there, you find stuff, you grab it, and by the time you get it home, you realize, oh no, I have to list all of this. And so that's where the death pile begins. And I don't care if you call it a profit pile or whatever, it's still got to be listed. So I feel like when you first start, you're overwhelmed, you start grabbing everything you can, and then you're stuck with it, you got to list it. My second mistake kind of flows from that, and it's sourcing items because they're cheap and not because I knew that they would sell. So when I lived in North Carolina, everything was cheap compared to Atlanta. I'm talking dirt cheap. So I would grab anything and everything that I could that was like name brand, not name brand, mall brand, whatever. If I thought it was cute, I would grab it. And so I ended up with inventory that sat for a year, year and a half. And I didn't think it through, especially after I started making really good sales on the app. I kind of ended up with a lot of stuff. So that would be my number 2 mistake, is just sourcing items because they're cheap and not because I know that they'll sell. So just keep in mind that not all inventory and not all cheap inventory is good inventory. Mistake 3 was not knowing my numbers. I am not the business side of things. Tyler is. I am the big picture, let's do this, let's get it done kind of person. Versus him, he's a lot better with numbers. He knows the books, he does all that. So not knowing my numbers and not knowing my profit margins was really hard for me. And I think that kind of led to me oversourcing and sourcing items that wouldn't necessarily be big money profit makers. So I highly suggest that if you're not into numbers like me, you've got to grit and bear it and figure them out. Learn your numbers, know how much your cost of goods are. Keep track of your miles so you know how much you're investing in that. Keep track of your time that you're spending sourcing and listing, because time is money. And know how much you have in an individual piece of clothing or an item that you have up for sale, so that when you get an offer, you can't just say it's a low ball, but you can say, okay, I won't get my money back, or I won't make the percentage on this item that I would like to make. So knowing your numbers is key, and that was my third mistake. I still made money, but I learned later that I could have been making a lot more had I known my numbers. So mistake 4 was having unorganized inventory. So organizing my inventory has made life easier. It might look like a crazy mess behind me, but everything is organized by brand, category, and size. And then we have everything else that's put away already in bins that are labeled with letters and then numbered within that bin. So it makes it very quick and easy. We used to just have, at first we just had bins and we just stuffed stuff in them. Then we got smart and realized it's not fun looking through 15 bins to find something. And it wasn't even 15 at that time, it was probably 6. But then we realized, oh, that sucks. So we started organizing things into numbered bins. Well, when I first started, I sold a ton of jeans. And I don't know if you know what it's like sorting through a bin with a ton of jeans. But if you have a bin that has 7 pairs of 7 for All Mankind bootcut jeans that all look the same, it's not easy. So keeping things organized is key, and it makes reselling so much easier, especially if you have someone helping you ship. And then my biggest mistake, and I still do this to this day, I have to learn, I'm still learning, and it takes time, and that is burning myself out. Reselling is a marathon and not a sprint, It is not something that is going to make you wealthy overnight. It is not like a get rich quick scheme. It's not like the multi-level marketing corporations that say, oh, join this and do this, you'll make money. No, like, it doesn't work that way. None of those work that way. You don't make money at anything unless you work at it. However, you will burn out. It is easy to burn out, especially if like you're like us and you're working day jobs and going to school like Tyler does, or going to school like I used to and trying to resell. It's not easy. So you need to like schedule time for yourself and take time for your family and do things that you enjoy while working the business. So like burning out is my top reseller mistake. I still do it sometimes where I won't touch the app for a week. We went this whole last month of December without touching Poshmark. So yeah, burnout is real, but it's easy to learn not to do it. It's easier to like not do it as often now for me. So just learning that burnout can happen and not going as gung-ho at it as you would like to all at once 100% of the time. Like schedule your time, schedule what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, and that'll make it so much easier. So I hope you guys liked hearing my top 5 early on reseller mistakes. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that you guys can commiserate with me and understand where I'm coming from. And if you have like another mistake that you learned, drop it in the comments below. Love to read them. And then be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, like the video. And if you ever have any requests for videos, just drop them below as well, and we'll be sure to try to get them taken care of. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.